closing stages of the Better Electrical 500 here at Sandown. That man there, Greg Murphy, has just performed his final stop.
And it was a time stop. They took 15 seconds or about 60 litres worth of fuel in car number 51. And the tricky part for everybody now as they all toss the coin is, what tyres do you want to be on? Dry groove on the track. The rain falls. You can see the water on the lens of the camera. It's a 33-second margin between Scaife and Lowndes. Murphy now drops back into third place. Can Scaife get to the end of this motor race on this load of fuel?
Mate, there's 20 laps to go, 20 to go.
This has been a tough day for not only the teams but the drivers. Everyone has really earned their... Look at that front splitter.
That's what I've been talking about. It's finally fractured. Now this is a disaster for these blokes. What happens? We heard it flapping 10 or 15 laps ago. They separate after you've gone off the road, or you have a tangle with somebody, or you run the car too low, and eventually it delaminates further and further and further. It'll be worse at high speed. That's where it'll get the big flutter up because of the camber, the shape of it, when it's got the most air pressure difference running under it. It's like an upside down aircraft wing, but it's the bit that we can't see. It's the under tray.
Lowndes is chasing Scaife. I'll tell you what the margin is momentarily. Murphy back in pit lane.
What's happened here?
Oh, this is a nightmare for the Super Cheap team.
On the dart? No, I've got stopped. I can't get to the finish. You have to push me, boys. Come on.
Come on, he says.
There's Dave Lovely, our cameraman. Dave might give him a push.
You saw on the data, Steve?
He's talking to Steve Henderson, his engineer.
That's very strange. So something happened after the stop. It's had an electrical spike or something weird. It hasn't liked the fact that it stopped.
And that just
Give yourself a wide entry and we'll push it in the garage.
Oh no, that takes Murphy and Wheel right out of the game.
After so much hard work and great speed, such a good endurance racer, and his partner Paul Wheel gave him a great opening stint today. Unbelievable.
You're right, keep going.
So they got a huge technical problem, or is it just a little glitch? They'll investigate. They will no doubt try and get him back out. Oh, real close here between Ambrose and Scaife. Scaife locks a brake. He's got a fractured splitter in the front of this thing. He doesn't need to get tangled up with people, but it will be slowing him down. The margin closes. Craig Lowndes is on the charge. He's got more fuel. His chassis in good shape.
Look at this hungry pack behind him. They get by Scaife, they buy back a lap.
See it go nuts at high speed.
I think Tander is one of those guys in that mix.
Oh! Paul Morris ducking and diving. 3 cars back from Scaife there.
Inside run. And it is Garth Tander in the 16 who gets by. Now he is on the lead lap.
Oh no, this could be...
And there's no love lost here between Morris and Scaife. As you can tell.
So 30 seconds now the margin between Scaife and Lowndes. And Scaife ignites as he gets tangled up in traffic.
The pressure is on and his lead is down to 30 seconds. It's substantial, but Lowndes is definitely eating into it.
Mark has got to stay cool. He's just got to ease his way to the end of this race. He's still got margin. The car's hurt. Aerodynamically, it's hurt. It won't be turning as well, and he's down on fuel. But he does have track position.
Now, is Cameron McConville back behind the wheel of that car? Yes, he is. McConville is in the Valvoline Repco car, inside on Scaife. And they're back up into the top 10. It's been a great day for the Gary Rogers boys.
He's asking David Spencer, are we still in the lead?
30 seconds behind.
Look at that front splitter. This is going to be close. This will be very interesting. 16 laps to go. It starts to get dark here at Sandown now. Rain continues. And that's why this is one of the great Australian motorsport events, not only because of the history and heritage, but the test that it puts these V8 supercar drivers through. All thanks to Mother Nature and 500 kilometres.
the officials are keeping a close eye on that that flapping front splitter that you've been talking about. This is one of the spares at the Holden Racing team. As you can see, it's a specially moulded item, and at the moment it's the lower section that has broken away and is flapping around at the moment. The officials are down along the pit wall watching Mark Scaife, Neil, as he drives by each time.
Greg, do you mind just tipping that right up?
We will, no problem.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, if we can just go in there, that's the bit that's actually separating. And further under there, see those scuff marks? You can see that's where it rubs across the ripple strips. But what happens is eventually it wears through, and you get a little hole going, and then the wear gap opens up, and then eventually it delaminates, and then that's what we've got now. Thanks for that. You're a great hand model, Rusty.
26 seconds, 26 seconds. It is coming down with every single lap. That is the lead margin. Will Craig Lowndes be the victor today? Not if Scaife's got anything to do about it, but he may not have a choice. It's 25 now. Stick around. We're set for a thrilling finish.
And we heard the splitter separating probably 20-odd laps ago. And we also made mention of the fact way back when Mark Scaife was battling with Ivan Muller, did he need to go into fuel conservation mode at that state of the race, that point of the race. Meantime, Garth Tander's having a bit of a speed battle here at the moment. He's losing a bit of pace, and it's Jason Richards in third place at the moment.
Well, with 11 laps to go, let's welcome Chairman of Vesco, Tony Cochran, to the Network 10 commentary booth. Tony, good to see you, and congratulations on the announcement about Bahrain on the calendar next year.
Yeah, thanks, boys. It's been a big week in V8 racing all over the world, and what a hell of a race we've got on our hands here in front of a tremendous crowd on a very wet and cold day in Melbourne.
This is typical Sandown, isn't it? It's thrilling, right
Yeah.
to the very end.
It never, you know, this place is tremendous. We love coming here, and we had a lot of officials from the Melbourne Racing Club here today, and been talking to them about the future here. But it always throws up a tremendous race, doesn't it? It never fails, and I just long for the day when we can fit it into the calendar when the weather's a little better. I feel sorry for all the fans out there, and there's lots of them.
But then we wouldn't have this thrilling race.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess that's probably part of it today, but it really has been a ripper of a race. It just goes to show, you know, bring on Bathurst. I think Bathurst this year is going to be unbelievable.
15 seconds gap
Absolutely.
to Lowndes.
And you just heard it from the team there.
Yeah, it's 10 to go. And he's got a 15-second margin on the last lap. And Lowndes is making ground. It's sort of a second and a bit per lap. It varies according to the traffic flow.
Well, he needs to catch him more than that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
With 10 to go, and he's only got 15
Scaife
seconds.
would have dropped 2 seconds in a manoeuvre like that. So they're the things that he can't afford, but he equally can't afford to be involved in an accident.
Now, Tony, we mentioned earlier that your commitment, Vesco's commitment to the fans, is to have no fewer than 10 domestic races here.
Yeah, no,
I want to hear it from your mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if it makes them feel sleep any better, I can assure them, whilst I'm chairman, that we're determined there'll be at least 10 rounds in Australia, and that's locked in not only stone, but it's part of our FIA and CAM's agreement going forward, and we understand that the heartland is very important to us. We're going to host at least 2 rounds in each of the major states and 1 round in all the other states. In fact, one of the few sports that's truly national. We go everywhere in Australia, and we're very close to doing a new deal with the Tasmanian government that'll see us even going to Symmons Plains for at least another 7 or 8 years.
Sorry to interrupt, Tony, but we've got a heck of a motor race unfolding here. The last time through, it was a 10.8-second margin, Scaife to Lowndes. Lowndes made good ground, and Scaife got held up by traffic on that last lap. And this man is in third position at the moment, on for his best result of the year after some tough times. Tander's in fourth. There's Ron Harram.
I think Jason's done an unbelievable job this year. This team has really come on Tasman Motorsports in leaps and bounds, and congratulations. I know how much hard work this team's put in, and it just goes to show how damn competitive this sport is now. And Jason Richards, I think he's had an outstanding year. A little bit of luck, he would have had some better results, and I would dearly love to see them on the podium today.
Neil, the HRT team down here, just fingers crossed. They've obviously done their figures on as far as strategy goes, but I said to him, you're going to make it through to the end. They said, we just got to go for it now. It will be really, really close.
8 seconds the margin between Scaife and Lowndes. He can catch him.
And what they're talking about, if you've only just joined us in really, really close, Scaife's nursing the car. Aerodynamically, the car's been hurt at the front. It's got a fracture in the front air dam, the splitter we call it. They're also running short of fuel in the HRT car. Mark stopped on lap number 95. It meant doing a 66-lap stint.
And you'd almost have anybody chasing you other than Craig Lowndes, wouldn't you? I mean, you know, what a hell of a driver and what a great ambassador he is for our championship.
And let's not forget about Ivan Muller. He held his end of the deal up and did a nice job. There's Todd Kelly, teammate to Mark Scaife, recently re-signed with the team for 2 years. These guys have won this event before 2 years ago. They would dearly love to do it again. They're 5th and 6th in the championship respectively. And Todd willing his teammate on and hoping they have enough fuel in the tank.
Mark's short shifting very early there. Here's Lowndes. So Scaife's gone through the control line. Let's see what the time split is back to Lowndes. They're on their 154th lap. It's 5.8 seconds. It's going to be red hot at the end. There's Scaife in the foreground. That's Lowndes in the background. Here he is.
Does it get any better? The big boys, Scaife v Lowndes, the former teammates. And someone spun, I think, in front.
That was Lowndes sliding. Water on the screen. He was all crossed up through turn 1. He's pushing.
And at the same time, that is exactly what Jason Richards is doing. Wally Story, the chief engineer, doesn't like us interviewing him at this time, but this car has good speed, and you've made some good decisions today, Wal, given the conditions.
Well, right now, Rust, I'm sort of sweating on the fact that it doesn't rain, aren't I? The blokes I'm racing, both ends of me right now are on wets. So if it starts raining too much, I'm in fair bit of strife. If it stays dry, I'm looking pretty cheeky. So we'll just wait and see how it works out, eh?
That's the latest there, boys, from Dodo Racing.
A seasoned campaigner. He worked with our own Neil Crompton for many years and a great bloke to boot. And he knows when to gamble.
And I know his voice, and when I hear his voice like that, there's a lot of tension in it. So he's got his heart in his mouth at the moment.
And why wouldn't you? This is a thrilling end to a fabulous event. Another lap complete. Let's see what the margin is this time round.
And it's
5.8 seconds last time.
Getting wetter. So that plays against what Wally's hoping for. There's Lowndes. Margin 3.5 seconds.
7 laps to go, mate. 4 seconds.
There's the margin. You can see the green boxes shows the time that Lowndes has been taking from Scaife in the last 4 laps of this motor race.
Quick update for the disappointment for Greg Murphy and Paul Wheel. That engine, they just re-fired it up in the garage and they had someone knocking inside. So there's a rattle there. Disappointment for them.
Scaife all over the 6th place. Cat Ford of Jason Bright. And Lowndes looming. What a fantastic finish.
Scaife has got Lowndes all over his rear view mirror now.
And he's got to deal with the Cat Ford. And that car's in position. Jason Bright is 6th at the moment, so Jason's going to be in no hurry to do him any favours.
Let's not forget Lowndes is 4th in the championship standings. This is round 9 of 13. And there's been significant frustration for Lowndes on several occasions this year when he's been in a top position to maximise on points, and it hasn't gone his way. But it's all going his way now.
You'd have to say love them or hate them. The Irish can build a team.
Never thought of them as Irish, really, but that's a good point.
Well, they're sort of pseudo-Irish, aren't they? Irish, English, whatever they are.
6 laps to go,
They're from
mate.
somewhere else. But they've done a hell of a job with this team, no question.
1.4 seconds is the margin. Scaife to Lowndes. Campbell Little says you're doing a great job. Stay with it. Scaife's limping home.
We've
156th lap.
We've had the chairman of Avesco, Tony Cochran, with us. Tony, again, congratulations on doing the deal for Bahrain, and thanks for joining us in the box.
Hey, pleasure, and bring on Bathurst, guys. We're in for a huge one this year, and I know we're going to have a great crowd up there, and looking forward to seeing everybody up there, and then back here at Phillip Island for the grand finale in only a couple of months' time, and we'll be all wrapped up. It's been a hell of a year. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
There he
Tony.
is. The boss of the V8s, Tony Cochran. 1.4 seconds between Mark Scaife, Craig Lowndes, Holden Racing Team versus Triple Eight Racing. You ride with Lowndes. You're zeroing in on Scaife.
And look at the mid-corner speed difference between the two cars. Craig is just able to make space in leaps and bounds over there.
The Better Electrical 500 What an achievement it would be for the team to win. It's the naming rights sponsor of the event, and their team could do it. It's a drag race down the front straight.
The brakes, just think about it.
And the Ford and the Holden fans absolutely on their feet. This is a great battle between two great racing drivers, two top teams. These two blokes have got a lot of respect for each other. They enjoy each other's company. They respect each other's performances, but right now, both want to win this motor race.
There's inside the 888 cam. Tense is an understatement. There's Natalie Lowndes, wife of Craig. And here's the Holden Racing Team cam. Is this Lowndes' shot up the back straight? You would think so, but he comes back into the draft.
And Mark will go to the left here. He'll make Craig go the long way. So he'll stay left. There he goes. Craig's got to go around the long way, which will be very difficult because he knows that Mark is weak here. Mark's car doesn't want to turn through here because of the aero problem.
No silly moves just yet.
And it's greasy on the inside. Craig looked at it and then thought, whoop, I'm not going down there. So he just decided to pin his nose to the back of the Commodore. Campbell Little said, mate, you know you've got under brakes, just think about it. Turn one might be the opportunity for Lowndes.
And he's coming close. He gave Scaife a little tap before, and perhaps almost another one. Good run out of the final corner. Is this Lowndes' opportunity? Yes! He draws alongside Mark Scaife. Now it's a true drag race.
He'll probably get him down here, but he's going to have to really stick his nose in, and it'll be the greasy side of the road, side by side.
Lowndes gets in. Scaife doesn't want to yield, but he has to. New race leader. Craig Lowndes has his nose in front. What an event. What a race for Martin to come to.
Both of them skating into turn two. It's very wet up at 2 and 3.
The closing laps. 3 to go here at Sandown International Raceway in Melbourne.
4 laps to go, mate. 4 laps to go. You just keep your head down. Nice job.
The encouragement, the backup from Campbell Little,
Okay.
Craig Lowndes, engineer, and the simple answer of okay. Look how cool he is.
It's got to be a mistake-free run now for Lowndes. He's already skipped away. Oh, the thing crossed up at the end of the back straight. That was a big catch.
And you might remember the beginning of this race, the first 50-odd laps, when Lowndes broke out a 20-second lead.
Right
catch.
on the limit. That's 180 kilometres an hour in dry conditions. It's a little less than that out there right now, but it'd be a good 160.
Let's tell you some other fabulous stories, and that is that of the Dodo Racing Team. Jason Richards and Jamie Whincup third, Garth Tander, Rick Kelly at fourth, and the second 888 Falcon of Steve Ellery and Adam Macro at fifth.
39 seconds behind.
Lowndes is going to have to be careful. He's on the inside of Bright. This puts him going around the long way here at 2, but Jason gets out of it early.
Ingle has fought hard to come back up into 7th place behind Jason Bright. Bow is 8th, Morris is 9th, and McConville is poised for a top 10 result. Final couple of laps.
Championship considerations here as well. Here's the 3rd place man. This will boost Craig Lowndes' championship position. 3rd place, Jason Richards. The leaders are heading off the end of the back straight. He's at the end of the front straight. He's in front of Garth Tander. James Courtney's just outside the top 10. He's 11th at the moment. Lowndes, Scaife, Jason Richards, Garth Tander, Steve Ellery. A fine performance after the tough day at Oran Park after that crash in practice. Jason Bright, Russell Ingle, John Bow, Paul Morris, Cam McConville. That's the top 10. Damage to the front right corner here of Garth Tander's HSV dealer team entry. And Scaife in. Scaife is in. They need fuel. Splash and dash to get him home.
There is a healthy margin back to Jason Richards. So close, they almost made it.
Just a couple of seconds worth of fuel. You get about 4 litres a second.
Yeah, the team nailed right through the end there. Those last 7 or 8 laps, like we mentioned, they were worried about it, but obviously it was in quick. But that splitter, it doesn't look bad when you initially look at it, but when it gets that load on it, it really folds up and it's got to affect him.
And here comes Jason Richards. He's on at the top of the straight. There is Scaife into turn one. That should be enough for Mark to hold on for the next couple of laps.
It's probably only, you know, somewhere between 5 and 10 litres of fuel, just enough to make sure that he gets home.
For Jason Richards, what a performance. He and Jamie Whincup. He has only done 2 500k events here at Sandown. Last year with Fabian Coulthard and in 2003 with Simon Wills. And there are the members of his team. There's Greg Murphy's dad, Kevin, part of that Tasman Motorsports Dodo Racing group. But this is your race leader. He's a 2-time winner. He did it back-to-back in the 90s with Greg Murphy and the Holden Racing team.
Last lap.
And now he's going to do it in 3.1 kilometres time for 888 Racing. They themselves very young in V8 supercars, and Campbell Little, was he trying to hide a smile there? They'll be smiling plenty in less than a lap.
Campbell's been around in motor racing for a long time, and someone actually went straight ahead there in turn 2. You saw the taillights disappearing over the rise and down into the gully. And the remark that I was going to make is that he knows you can't relax until that flag's out.
Uh-oh, which car was that?
23, it's 23.
Okay, it's the sister car.
It's Fabian Coulthard. We saw the taillights vanish over the rise and down into the gully. Only 4 corners to go here for Lowndes. The rain increases.
What a performance. What a performance. He blasted away at the beginning. He got the early jump, had a massive margin.
I can do a burnout now.
His French teammate, Ivan Muller, did his end.
He's a goofball, isn't he?
And Lowndes is planning how he can do burnouts. He's on his way home and he's got to hold on to it. Final couple of corners. The Better Electrical 500 will be won by the Better Electrical Falcon. 888 Racing, Roland Dane and all his team will celebrate. Craig Lowndes, Ivan Muller wins Sandown. The Better Electrical 500 is theirs.
Fantastic job, mate. What a drive.
And he is back in this championship chase.
Yeah, thanks. Bloody great. Thanks to Ivan as well. Did a bloody fantastic job at that middle bit.
Congratulations to the Better Electrical 888 team. They have done a great job. They've presented a beautiful car to those drivers today. Mark Scaife will finish in 2nd place. Last time through, he was 36 seconds down. At least that's a bit of sugar for a hard day's work after some tough times for him this year.
You're not wrong. Valuable championship points. And it was the one that slipped away, but a mighty drive from Scaife and Kelly. And how about these boys? This is brilliant.
Well done.
For Jason Richards and Jamie Whincup. That's a stunning performance for the team that moved from Sydney to Melbourne this past Christmas. And there, Kevin Murphy and all of the gang, Ron Harrop, Wally Story, some high emotion down there. That was sensational.
This fellow's an outstanding talent, isn't he? Craig Lowndes, just one of his most impressive drives today. He always does a brilliant job in these uncertain conditions. What a potent combination. 888, Craig Lowndes, Stone Brothers Engines.
Thank you very much. Job done. There's Ron Harrop. He's a podium finisher with his 2 drivers. Great stuff. There it is, the Dodo Commodore.
This will be a huge relief for Jason Richards, who's felt the pressure of V8 supercar racing this 12 months. He's had some great pace, but sometimes the dice have not rolled his way. That's Ivan Muller, the Frenchman, who contests the British Touring Car Championship. He's 2nd in that championship battle at the moment. He doubts that he can win the series this year. Well, I think 4 race meetings to go, but he won't be even thinking about that at the moment. A win is a win, and he's just grabbed one with this fella.
A wonderful sense of relief for the Dodo Racing Tasman outfit. You were very nervous there, Kevin Murphy, one of the directors right to the end, weren't you?
Oh, absolutely. Like, this is just a dream for the team, you know, that the effort in recent times and what what we went through recently in the Queensland meeting, this is just a great result, tremendous. you know, the heart was in our mouth. I think the other car probably had a bit of an incident in the last 2 laps, and I was just so worried it was our podium gone, you know, and it's just so great for Jason. Jamie did a great stint when he went out in that first run. The calls by Wally were just perfect for us. No, just terrific and a good reward. I think we deserved where we got today.
You sure do. Go and enjoy. Well done.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Robbie Starr, congratulations. It was obviously pretty close there at the end. You had to come in for that dash.
Yeah, as I said, we took the gamble, and you know we were going for the win, which is what we wanted, and you know we just didn't have enough fuel, so we probably 1 lap short, unfortunately. But great drive by the blokes today, and it was good team effort. So we're happy with the result. Lowndesy drove a fantastic race, and they did a good job.
How much would that splitter have hurt Mark being like that as far as aero and corner speed?
He said it was definitely hurting him in the high-speed stuff there. You're losing too much front downforce, so we're probably lucky it stayed together, so we'll take that one.
Thanks, Robbie.
No worries.
What a day. There'll be some tired people out
Roland
there.
Dane, the roar in this garage when Craig Lowndes passed Mark Scaife, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was hardly surprising, is it, when you worked as hard as we have for the last couple of years. But to win the first of the Enduros is a major step for us.
Great result for the team. Both cars right up there?
Sure, both cars right up there all day. And it really vindicates our choice of driver selection, who we paired who with. And I think Ivan showed that he's a world-class driver. And Craig, of course, we know how awesome he is.
Congratulations on a wonderful day.
Thanks very much.
And you can see how much it means to the team owner, Roland Dane, as we check the VB scoreboard. A Lowndes-Muller victory. And when you think about it, Lowndes won the 280k event at Queensland. He's won the 500k event here in Victoria. How good does he look heading to Bathurst? Scaife and Kelly, and then Richards and Whincup, the podium getters. Kelly and Tander, valuable points there. And well done to Steve Ellery and Adam Macro. That's both 888 Falcons in the top 5. Brighton Brabham came back from way back, and Russell Ingle and Luke Youlden holding on to the 7th, ahead of a very encouraging result from Paul Morris and Paul Radicic. And behind those guys, Baird, Bow and McConville. Nice top 10 results for those guys. We get back into the boys who experienced a tougher day. And what about Paul Wheel, Greg Murphy? When they were looking at a podium, it is a non-finish. That's a hard way to end what has been a brilliant race. Well, stick around. We are not done yet from Sandown. All the wrap-up when we come back right here on 10.
There he is, a wonderful supporter of the event in 3rd place today. What about it? A great effort for the Dodo Racing Tasman Motorsport outfit. Please make welcome Jason Richards and Jamie Whincup. The boys will collect their trophy. We'll get Jason down just to say a couple of quick words if you can. Come on down here, because that, I guess for you, gets rid of all those dramas from a few years ago now when you went out in a podium position in the wet.
Well, it was, mate. It just sort of, proves that if you keep knocking on that door, eventually you'll get there. And 2003, I mean, I still have nightmares about that. And unfortunately, I wasn't close enough to Scaife this time. But 3rd, I mean, it's a fantastic effort from the Dodo Racing team guys. I mean, thank you very much. The car at Queensland was a write-off. They've banded together, they've put it back, and now look, we're standing on the podium in the first of the endurance races. Roll on Bathurst.
The young bloke with him did a terrific job today. Give a nice round of applause to Jamie Whincup and Jason Richards. Time is upon us here, so make this quick.
Yeah, thanks, Rusty. What a fantastic effort. First time on the podium. It's great to do it here at Sandown on home territory. Jason did a fantastic job to stay out there on those slick tyres in the wet. Congratulations to all the team. They did an excellent job. We've just been working hard all year, and yeah, congratulations to the 888 team also.
Great effort for Tasman Motorsport today. 2nd, and what a fight it was. Todd Kelly, Mark Scaife, the Holden Racing team. Mark, we'll get you to grab the trophy and come on over quickly. That was an unbelievable race in terms of weather conditions, wasn't it?
Oh, it's as wild as it gets like that, Rusty. When it changes like that, you need to just be, using your head the whole time, and it was one of the most difficult races I've ever been in.
Huge gamble, and things worked out well today. A lot of action on the track. We'll let you take your spot up on the podium. Well done to the Holden Racing team. Mark Scaife and Todd Kelly on the podium today. The winners of the Better Electrical 500, backed by Better Electrical, the 888 team. Give it up for Yvonne Muller and Craig Lowndes. Craig, the crowd erupted here. We've got time for one quick comment from you. The crowd erupted here before. They love you, and that's just a wonderful result. Well done.
Well, it's great for the team, and it's a dream come true, really, obviously, to have Team Better and Better Electrical sponsoring the event. Would have been great to have a dice with Scaife there towards the end. I think he had fuel issues, but really for us, the team, the family, my little boy Levi up there, he's fantastic.
Well done. There they are. Craig Lowndes, Ivan Muller, 888 winners of the Better Electrical 500.
Thanks, Greg. Second round win of the year for Lowndes. He does it well when you have to go for longer, doesn't it? We're leading into the longest race of the year. The Super Cheap Auto 1000 at Bathurst coming up.